Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
To about the 35, second down. Well, the numbers for Benson in last week's ball game. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one time.
Just once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And a Cardinal first down.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. We get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And the timing a bit off that time as Allen falls to the ground. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play. And it's 3rd and 4. You talk about this Rams defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18. So first and 10 now from the 30. A give up the middle with Benson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Over the middle, it's complete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Murray now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The second back at the 36. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever. Had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, opening drive sack. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But Charles, you know, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
So the completion good for just 3. And now third down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
From the gun on third down, Baldwin. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Ethan Evans in punt formation for the
He only
Rams.
punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they are right at the 500 mark. on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's got room past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, it's Benson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
You talk about this Rams defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game. They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's Murray.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
This is what you've got to do against a quarterback like... You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call it a punt at 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 15 carries, 54 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Baldwin. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Rams first down.
Panther 6.
First and 10.
They look to throw now on first down. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The Rams at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Remember in preseason when we went to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for second down. To throw is Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On third down, here's Benson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Cardinals. Football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's fielded at the 45. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. First run now for Kyron Williams. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's on. Said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Shot.
Robinson with another carry.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ready.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Brian Robinson Jr., his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams post the first points in the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Point after, right down the middle.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Cardinals nothing.
That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson.
Joshua Purdy to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Allen, nifty footwork.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
Got an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the gun, Murray. Finding his target is Trey McBride. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 33. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Zone read, here's Benson.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now 2nd and 3.
Murray now.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
They're going for it. It's Murray. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Until about the 23.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Baldwin. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lopez. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Oh, that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Baldwin. Pass complete there to Nakua. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nakua, 46 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Cardinals 7. Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Oh, look at the... And shutting him off now open field. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
13 yards.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Another run here with Benson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing now is Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. On fourth down, Corliss Waitman on the punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Rams offense and Puka Nacua are ready to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. Their first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Off play action. Baldwin. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Lopez. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He finds his man complete. That's Lopez. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Street, 6.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
6-yard line.
Ready. Liking 8. Ready.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Operating from the gun. Baldwin. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And he returns this to the 22. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the...
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on their NFC North rivals, the Packers. And it's Rome Odunze. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. Put it in the books as a 62-yard touchdown. The Bears took care of business. They win it by 5. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green, the Jets, as they host the Indianapolis Colts? And it's Josh Downs.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Well, the home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And as we move deeper into the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a weekly basis. As you see here, he's the NFL's leader in receptions to this point of the year. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Baldwin. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The extra point splits the uprights. And a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and go further. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Benson. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. A good. Down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Incomplete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
6 yards. It's second down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Murray going to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So nothing doing there. And it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
Let's go now.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
2nd and 5. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd down, Robinson. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Allen. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the and try and hold him to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Joshua Carney to kick off.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This going to be returned from the 2. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. A give left side for Benson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First carry for Nick Chubb. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Sometimes your process get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. "39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Ready, set.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good, hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Now a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Baldwin. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Murray. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Cardinals.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw. Murray. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Here we go.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Baldwin. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's Guerrero on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
A handoff running right, Guerrero. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Isaac Guerrero, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This taken in at the...
Allen hit. He lost the football.
And it looks like the Rams might have it, and they do have it.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Sidney Brown in on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They do get a yard there, but only... a yard, leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Ready, set. Let's go now.
They'll try the middle with Galindo. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it as they head out on the field for this drive. That whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
At the 47-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. And they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
On the ready.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. They begin on the ground with Galindo.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 13-yard
Well done
line.
to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Out of
the gun. Here's Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And out across midfield, down to the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Shotgun now from Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this is a situation where as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
He'll try to do it himself. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. That's taken in. Isaiah Bond. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Once again, we'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
At the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
At the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
Ready. Set.
Ritter back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
So the LA Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Rams, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.